Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other.
Hi everyone, CeeChronicles here. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I post fragrance related content on this platform and would very much appreciate it if you did consider subscribing if you haven't. Now, to those who are returning, thank you so much guys for the continued support. Please check out my second channel. I'm going to put that interface of that channel on the screen, as well as have the link of the channel in the description. It's called CeeChronicles Unscripted, and I focus on my life outside fragrance reviews on that particular channel. If you can check it out and subscribe there, I would very much appreciate that. Now, lastly, guys, I also added a PayPal link in the description where you can click if you want to donate anything towards the purchases of some of the fragrances on this channel. Why I did create that link, guys, is because of geographical location. I do not have a thank you button, affiliate links, sponsorships, partnerships, or paid promotions. I rely solely on AdSense as well as views. Now, welcome to today's video. I noticed that some of my friends are going through a winter spell. What actually prompted me to make this video was Sunny Sense. Hi, Sunny. She posted a photo in our community tab of her daughter. It was a son, I can't remember, but she posted a photo of her child in a very cold kind of setting there. There was a lot of snow, and it just gave me an idea to bring some winter fragrance recommendations to you guys in case you're going through a winter spell. Why I'm speaking in the third person or in the second person is because I'm in Africa, guys, and we're not currently going through winter. We're actually going through a lot of rain. But I just thought, okay, I'm going to drop this video for those who may want to purchase certain fragrances that are going to do the most in the cold, right? Number one is going to be Abai Du Buai from the house of Lattafa. This, guys, can come across as a very difficult fragrance to start off with. When you receive this one from the mail, it's going to give you a lot of mixed reactions. It's one fragrance that can take the trophy for degenerating, having the notes fly about while it's in the post. So it's one that needs to sit for you to appreciate it. But after it does sit, guys, it does present as a very lovable caramel forward, butterscotch forward type of fragrance with a pineapple tone. But one unmistakable thing about this fragrance is its lasting power. The lasting power of this fragrance, guys, is remarkable. It can cross over to other seasons, dependent mostly on your nose. If you have a hardened nose, then you will find this very summer appropriate. But I just find it as like that quintessential winter scent because of how heavy, thick and heady it is, and it lasts till the next wash. So definite must have for winter. Abai Du Buai from the house of Lattafa. If you love your fragrances built around florals, then this is one I can recommend as a great winter scent. This one, guys, is your white florals, most especially there, but it is an enduring white floral. Okay, so if you love thick, rich presentations, if you love your fragrances floral leaning with the lasting power to hold in that cold season, then Ajmal Evoke Gold for her. Remember, there's a for him is going to be ideal, guys. I do get a little bit of a jasmine there. I do get a fragrance in the same vein as Lib Intense, mixed maybe with some Carolina Herrera Good Girl. It is kind of like a DNA that's hard to pin, but it's along them lines, guys, and it's going to do a very good 6-7 hours. Feminine leaning, but okay, if you're a man and you love those type of fragrances, you can totally wear this one. It's the second one on the lineup. Now, the third fragrance that's definitely not going to disappoint for that season is going to be Amir Al Oud Intense. Amir Al Oud Intense, guys, is built around that woody note, but that woody note is carrying a smoky accord with it, a realistic, like wood burner type of smoke accord with it. So it is that accord that makes this one endure or shine the most, especially if you wear it in cold weather. There is a vanilla roundup to this fragrance, guys, that's going to satisfy those who love sweet fragrances as well, but it is quite woody and quite polarizing there. This has the potential to last till the next couple of days. Okay, that's how strong this fragrance is. So it's a must-have if you are experiencing a cold spell, or if you want a fragrance that's going to endure in the cold weather. It's called Amir Al Oud Intense from the house of Lattafa. Now, the next one, guys, is Rare Tiffany from Afnan. Now, this blue bottle does not have a juice that smells blue. This, to my nose, guys, is one fragrance that's very hard or difficult to describe. But one thing that I can tell you outright about this is it's heady. When you spray it for the first time, it'll come across as a profile that's, oh, it's really nice. I can absolutely do this in summer. And yes, you can. But there is something in this fragrance, guys, that is non-relenting, that is over the top, that's very pushy, that is very heady, that's very polarizing. An example, let me say I came and I say, oh, you spray your fragrances here and here, which is exactly where you should spray them. There. And then you did that as a first impressions, as a first use of this fragrance, because you've never, actually used it before. You're just spraying it for the first time. And then you go in the blazing heat. Guys, this fragrance might actually command you to go back and change your clothing or take a wash. It is that strong, okay? So don't let the blue tone of the bottle fool you. This is not a lighty, this is not a blue fragrance by any means. It interprets the way vintage tone fragrances were done, very heady there, okay? It does feel like it has aldehydes, like sandalwood as well, that type of situation. This is unisex to my nose, but some women might claim it as 80% feminine. It's called Rare Tiffany from the house of Afnan. Now, the next two I am presenting as a pair because they are a continuation of each other. And some of you guys may not be able to discern the differences between these ones because the differences are negligible, if you will. Okay, now this is Camera Kawa, a new addition to my collection. And this has been in my collection for the very longest time. These guys, though, can do all seasons. I wear these ones even in the heat. The profile in itself, when I say in the heat, is one that I go slow on the trigger, because this, say for instance, I did 20 sprays, can choke people around me out. And for that reason, that's why I thought to drop them here as winter appropriate. Now, do take note that I'm not saying they're not summer appropriate or any other season appropriate. I'm just saying they come across as very spicy, warm, cinnamony. It is, guys, that gingerbread accord, Christmassy type of situation happening in these two that make them the quintessential, winter tone of a fragrance, spiciness in there. Now, if you want to know the differences, this is Camera Kawa with an addition of the coffee note. And when I dropped this fragrance, I got a correction from a lot of people from the Middle East saying the coffee that I was expecting is not the coffee that I'm going to get from here. They said the Arabian coffee is one that is very soft. They said paired with sandalwood and stuff like that. If you go in the comment section on this, there's a lot of people that weighed in there with very useful information, for you to know what type of coffee is in here. It is not going to be your like your French coffee type of coffee coming through a camera, DNA. It is going to be a softened coffee there. And confession, guys, I am gravitating towards this one more because I find this one kind of more fun than this, but the two are not too distanced from each other. To an extent, I would say test before you buy the other. So best fragrances, guys, for winter are going to be these ones lasting all day. That is the original Camera and the Camera Kawa. The next recommendation, guys, is from the house of Art Al Zafran, and this one is called Wafa. This is going to be masculine leaning to about 80% of the people out there. Why? Because it's got like a green grassy accord there, like a tea note, and I think that works with some patchouli and stuff. So it does have like a spicy aromatic green thing there. But the one thing that made me drop it here, guys, is it does have that endurance, especially in cold weather. So if you're looking for an aromatic spicy type of fragrance there, a bit woody, with a lot of pages there, drying down, even chocolatey, then this is one that you may want to, try for the cold season. And then next up, we have Casablanca. Granted, Casablanca is a favorite for a lot of people, especially those with a hardened nose. Some will say this is not heady, and I do concur. We perceive fragrances differently. I find my Casablanca very heady in the heat, and for that reason, this dent that you see here is one that happened when we were having a cold spell. If you are in the cold weather, especially that snowy background that I saw there from Sunny Sense, this is perfect, guys. Caramel in a bottle, lasting till the next wash. Of value for money is from the house of Swiss Arabian, and it's Casablanca. Another one from Swiss Arabian I had to drop here is Shaka Oud Asrach. Now, if you watched my second channel, please guys check out that channel. I dropped my current Middle Eastern fragrance collection, and I dropped again. First is I dropped as in a good way, and then the second is I dropped as in I broke my Shaka Oud. If I hadn't broke that Shaka Oud, it would have made the list, right? And when I dropped that Shaka Oud, I said, oh my God, at least it's not Shaka Oud Asrach. I was not kind of throwing shade at Shaka Oud, guys, but Shaka Oud in itself, the price has gone down. I can pick up that one for $30 or somewhere thereabout. Now, this is still on the upside in terms of price. So that is the only thing that I meant there. Now, I added this, guys, because this is a rich, intoxicating, spicy, honeyed, savory-like presentation of a fragrance. You're gonna feel like there are sticky fruits in here, right? Sticky fruits, something that feels like dates, but something presents as a very sticky fruit there amidst a very spicy tone. So that is why I thought this is gonna be winter appropriate, and I added it to this list, guys. It's Shaka Oud Asrach. The next one is going to be Kahila Lux. Now, Kahila Lux is one that you may need to give time for it to actually blend to its perfection. Mine took about 4 months. History as to what I mean by this is, this draws its inspiration from Keali's Invite Only. Now, stockists of Keali in South Africa are Ark Store. Okay, there's a store called Ark Store. They're the stockists of Keali's. And when I went there and I sprayed all these Keali's and I sprayed Invite Only, that fragrance did the most the whole day. Now, I didn't get the same, when I got this, like, first impressions. This was like kind of like an alcohol burst, and I thought, did they miss the mark there? Oh, by the way, it's from Paris Corner. But after I let it sit, it then fused to become that thick concoction that is at par, okay, with Keali Invite Only. This is winter appropriate, guys, because it is built around very rich notes. Expected dark chocolate here. There is rum, there is spices, there's vanilla, there is cherry. It just makes up that rich, warm, thick concoction. This you can wear in the heat, but I feel is one fragrance that, would give you the best, especially in the cold weather. So it's Kahila Lux, guys, and it's also one recommendation I thought to drop here. Now, the next one, again from Paris Corner, is going to be Wayward Charlie. Wayward Charlie is a fragrance that draws its inspiration, guys, from Frank Boclet's Cocaine. Now, there is Manoi oil in this fragrance. That's going to be a hit or a miss for some people. But one thing I can say, in case you purchase it and that Manoi oil is kind of giving you like a heady thing, no, literally like that heady thing going on there, then you may want to try it in a cold season. Like an oily presentation of a fragrance, like literally like oil presenting there, where if you smell oil and there was like maybe some what can I say, some other notes in that oil, it presents as very oily, and that is one reason why I thought to add it here. But if you love Frank Boclet's Cocaine, then this one's definitely just going to be an outright no-brainer. Buy it without even testing it, guys. Winter appropriate, unisex to my nose. Men or women are equally going to like this, and I thought to drop it here, guys. It's from the House of Paris Corner. Another winter appropriate scent, don't let the bottle fool you, guys, is going to be this one. Now, this, of course, can be worn even in other seasons, okay? But it just presents as very rich. Everything in here, just comes across as very rich. To an extent, what I got from this fragrance initially was a mishmash that was happening in this one. Not that it was the same fragrance. I mean, in terms of just, disintegrating, the way it had disintegrated and was all over the place when I received it, it was very confusing. But wait for it. It's a wait for it type of fragrance. It does have creme brulee. It does have pineapple. It does have those spices, okay? It does have the vanilla and all the good stuff. It does have a creaminess, but you just need to give it a little bit of time for it to be in sync, for those ingredients to go back together and be one, okay? So great fragrance because of that rich appeal that this fragrance has is the reason why I thought to drop it here as a winter appropriate scent. But of course, yes, you can wear this all seasons. Men can wear this, but I feel 65% of the women are going to say it's feminine leaning, okay? But the spices in this make it a unisex fragrance to my nose. It's called Abai Dubai, Honor and Glory, a must-have for the winter season. Now, next up is going to be for those who love coffee-based fragrances. This coffee fragrance, guys, is coffee into the most coffee. It feels like the dark roast or the coffee. By this, I mean, if you know, guys, there's different types of coffees, right? This is Eternal Coffee. And when this was released, we thought this was going to be like a wannabe or like a smeller like of this. Now, this is a very creamed up coffee to an extent. You can wear this one in summer, there's no problem. I singled out this one as the ideal coffee scent, guys, for winter. Because it's thick, it's a dark roast, it feels like a pick-me-up cup of coffee that you want to make first thing in the morning. The coffee without the milk, that concentration of the coffee, and it does hold its own. So I thought because of that, guys, this is one coffee that's going to pierce through that cold, and you'd still be able to enjoy it throughout the day, making it an ideal one for those who like coffee-based fragrances. It's called French Coffee from the house of our Rehab. Now, the next one, because I picked up that French coffee, I'm going to put as this one, Nebus. Now, Nebus is not a coffee-based fragrance, but why I'm saying the next one, because I picked up French coffee is going to be this one, is because this is a cacao-based, fragrance. And the cacao in Nebus comes across as that cacao pod, the seed itself. It comes across very thick there, very heady to an extent, very rich, like in-your-face, stuffy type of chocolate. So I thought because of that, it's going to be the ideal, one to recommend for those who love chocolate-based fragrances. And I'm not saying you cannot wear this one outside the cold season. I'm just saying it's quite heady there. It is your stuffy chocolate presentation. Now, if you want an example of a chocolate that you can wear in the heat, I'm going to say Billie Eilish, which is a fragrance that this one was cloning. Billie Eilish is going to give you a presentation of a fragrance that can be summer appropriate there. The chocolate is there, but it's not pushing it to the limit. Now, this is a chocolate done the Middle Eastern way, where we're going to give them chocolate or nothing else. Okay, so Nebus is one fragrance that can hold its own during that winter season. I'm only left with two fragrances, guys, and I thought to drop a Brush Carmine from FA Paris, which is a subsidiary of Fragrance World, here for the rose lovers. If you love your mature rose, they're quite spicy, powdery, you're gonna get it from this. And it is that type of floral that is very rich there, to an extent of being winter appropriate. Yes, you can wear this one in other seasons, but it is that thick, rich concentration of the juice itself that made me drop it here. It is inspired by Crimson Rocks by Amouage. So if you like that DNA, you're gonna love this. But if you haven't put your nose on that DNA, you can purchase this one solely for being a beautiful, powdery, mature, rosy type of scent there, with a lot going on there, a bit spicy, aromatic, that sort of thing. It's called a Brush Carmine from the house FA Paris. Well, the last one on the lineup is going to be from Fragrance World, and this one's called Leather Soiree. Now, this is simply put your masculine leaning leather, woods, spices type of fragrance there. You're gonna get some oudi tone in this, and a fragrance that would be enjoyed mostly in cooler weather, cold weather, than it would be in the heat, guys. Why mine is at this level is I did crack how I could layer it. Would I repurchase? No. From the Recollective collection, because they did present what they call the Recollective collection, and all of them had bottles like this, I'm going to single out this one and Dark as Wood as the two that are winter appropriate. The rest are clones of giants on the market, but they come across as gentle. These are the two that are outstanding there in terms of performance, that have the ability to hold their own in winter. Okay, so it's going to be Leather Soiree and that Dark as Wood as recommendations, guys, in the cold weather, if you are experiencing that and you were looking for a fragrance that's going to last till the next wash. So that's a wrap, guys. Those were the winter fragrance recommendations that I have in my collection. Of course, there's more, but we didn't want this, video to take an eternity, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section, where we'll obviously discuss more about fragrances. Please remember to check out my second channel, CeeChronicles Unscripted. Kindly subscribe on that channel and turn on post notifications on both channels. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Now, like and share this one meanwhile, guys, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.